Hello, welcome back to the next installment of Ali Overexplains to the Spire. My name is Ali, aka Fubby, or Get Fubbied. I got a request from one of my IRLs to do Defect as our next character. Defect is really fun, in my opinion, especially at low ascensions. Defect's strategies are less varied in their meta compared to the other classes, but I really like the nuance of trying to get to them, and I think that they're a lot of fun. If you haven't taken your deep breath today, make sure you do so. It's really important. This map seems pretty good. When you're looking at a map for Defect, Defect can be like pretty aggressive, but you want to be careful about taking too many elites. One of Defect's most aggressive early game cards is this Dual Cast, because it deals a total of 16 damage to any enemies there. So if this is your finishing card, this is really, really strong. Defect also has a thinner starting deck than most of the other classes. Silent has 12 cards, Ironclad has 10 cards, but only one of them is a special card, compared to Defect with 2 special cards. Watcher also has 10. In addition, we're fighting a Guardian in Act 1, who we really like to have a thin deck for Guardian. So whatever I can do for removes or transforms, getting enough cards to beat a Guardian means we'll need some block, because Guardian likes to hit you and have thorns. I mean, there's a transform right here. I do like this one, but I think just for the sake of teaching everyone here, we'll go with the most consistent option. Here we go. Oh, that's fun. It's not, like, the best thing ever, but it's really cool. And it's a bunch of damage right off the bat. Let's try aiming for this elite, and if it becomes too much, we can go this way instead. Take 1 or 2 elites. There we go. I'm so glad I transformed to Strike. Now, as you might remember from the first Overexplain, preventing chip damage in easy fights is crucial to more difficult ascensions in Slay the Spire. So the question is, can I beat this Jawworm without striking here? The answer is probably yes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 defense because I transformed a Strike, which means I can probably play this pretty defensively, and I have my passive zap damage already going, so I'll try and prevent this 1 chip damage. If I end up getting punished for this, we'll see. So if I had dealt the 6 damage, it'd be at 24. I have 16 from here and 6 from here, so I would not have had lethal anyway. Yeah. So playing that extra defend on turn 1 was correct, matter of factly. There we go. Potion on floor 1. Means that my next potion chance is going to be 30%, because you start at 40. Ooh, FTL is really good early on. I also like auto shields, and we're facing a Guardian. We are going to try and aim to take this elite on floor 6, though, so if it is a Gremlin Knob, then we are a little bit concerned. We could go for this shop here, but this path would remove the ability for us to chicken out if we didn't feel safe. I don't know. Would I rather go to this shop here? If I'm feeling good about this elite, I will probably not go to this shop here, because I can do 4 elites here, which is really strong. We're going to remove a defend. We already drafted a defend, and we removed a strike for our first one, or transformed a strike for our first one, so this is better. Health is a resource, and I plan to use it. That's a little bit thin. Let's do this first. Oh, look at how thin this deck is. This is great for Guardian. And this exhausts, wow. This is one of the thinnest starting decks I've ever started with. And immediate auto shields value. Now before I play auto shields, I'm going to do this first. Okay. I wanted to see if I could strike kill one or the other, but that's alright. Cool. This is a really good boss killing potion. This is really good against Gremlin Knob. This is an okay damage card. This is pretty acceptable. Ball Lightning is your strongest one. It deals that 1 extra point of damage, and Lightning is a damaging orb. We don't really need block orbs for right now. We are facing a Guardian, but with auto shields, that should be enough. We need something that just has raw damage output, and Ball Lightning is very, very good at doing that. I'm going to open with Dual Cast here, see if I can kill this Acid Slime. Very nice. Pretty straightforward turn here. Yeah. These are pretty simple and straightforward fights. The solution is usually pretty clear, with the exception of that first Jawworm. When it comes to doing combats, when you're learning how to play Slay the Spire, you want to take longer than usual on your turns. I'm going through them pretty quickly because I know what to do, and I'm also explaining my thought process. But for those problems where it does take a lot of in-depth thought, I do like to explain those. So, yeah, let me know if this explaining is the right amount for over-explaining, or if you need just a little more. Storm is a pretty powerful damage card, but it doesn't synergize with anything, so I think I'm going to take the Sweeping Beam. Thin decks are very weak to triple sentries, so I want to have something that draws me cards. Skipping is very bad if you see triple sentries. Triple sentries is okay though, because I have this Cultist Potion. Hey, we'd like to see that. I can't play Sweeping Beam here to draw a card. Basically, the way you want to set up for Lagavulin is to get this Zap active. Remember, the Lagavulin sleeps for at most 3 turns or until it loses HP. Now, if I play the Sweeping Beam, 6 plus 3 is 9. It's going to break the block, deal 1 damage, and he'll wake up. So I don't want to play anything here. Now, the question is, do I want to play this Cultist Potion? Can I beat this Lagavulin okay? I don't know. It might be, like, okay to play the Cultist Potion. The Cultist Potion's so strong, though, and it helps me power through fights that are much harder, like Tri-Sentries. I think I struggle more with Laga than I do, or with Tri-Sentries more than I do with Laga, so I think I will avoid playing this Cultist Potion here, even though this gives me tremendous value. Auto Shields is probably enough to get me through this fight. There's the Zap. This is a pretty good opening. I like having Defend next turn. I think I'd rather pass, though. Now, some people would play Dual Cast here, and that's, like, okay, because that 16 damage up front is really strong. The reason why playing Dual Cast early is not considered to be okay all the time is because it gets rid of this passive damage. Now, you might wonder, well, 16 damage from this versus 3 damage every turn from this, it's a no-brainer which one has a high upstart. Now, the reason why you wouldn't want to play this Dual Cast first is because Dual Cast should be the last thing you play. You get the passive, 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 and then you play the Dual Cast as the last thing you do, so that you can get the damage from the passives until you play the Dual Cast. This being said, I think I might have made a mistake here, actually. I could have played this Dual Cast and then redrawn the Dual Cast, played it again, and that would have definitely been more damage than leaving 1 passive up, or 2 passives up. So, maybe this was a learning moment for me. I could have played this Dual Cast, because chances are I'm going to channel enough Lightning to be able to afford to evoke more often. I'm going to play this Zap now so that I can play Core Surge on a turn when it's better. Because Core Surge exhausts when you play it. I want to keep this around so I can play it if I were to redraw it here. And that's usually better. Oh yeah, look at that. Good block this turn. Yeah, see? Redraw it on this turn. So, by the looks of it, playing Dual Cast once wouldn't have made a difference, because I would have killed last turn instead of this turn. But last turn he didn't deal any damage to me, so playing Dual Cast back then would not have mattered. But good to know that it was an optimization that I could have made. Sometimes it's Claw, not this time though, because we're fighting a Guardian. Reboot is not as good as people think it is. Well, I don't know. Rebound's okay. Lets me put Auto Shields or Ball Lightning back on top, which is really helpful. I think I'll take a Rebound. Especially because we want to fatten our deck up for Tri-Sentries. Ah, the Dead Adventurer event. This is an interesting event. You can actually tell which elite is happening based on what happens after the Dead Adventurer's pants have been stolen. The way it works is that you are searching to find loot. There are a few things that could happen. You could find gold, a relic, or I think more gold. If you fight the elite, you gain whatever loot you didn't get via searching. So, if you, for instance, find loot and find a relic, and then you keep searching, the monster shows up, and you defeat that elite, even though you killed an elite, you don't get the relic, because you got it from searching. So whenever you defeat the elite, you gain whatever rewards you wouldn't have gotten through searching. You cannot get potions through this event. You can get potions from defeating the elite, but that's it. The armor and face appear to be scoured by flames. That means that this is Tri-Sentries, who we are pretty set up against. I'm down to do 5 elites. Sounds like fun. Hey! That's a bad relic. I don't know. We got our relic. I don't really want to fight a Tri-Sentries if I can avoid it. I was down to fight a sentry for the relic, but not for much else. I guess I get a card reward from it, but I'm okay with no card reward here. Not at the cost of so much health in a cultist pot. But getting that relic, that was all I was really here for. One way or another, I was getting that relic. It was just a matter of if I had to fight the Tri-Sentries to get it or not. Does that make sense? Ooh, rebound. Do I want to rebound a strike on top? Not really. I want a high chance to get these things. So let's play strike, and then rebound does more damage than strike, so I want to play it, but I play it last, so I don't put a strike on top. Seems good. Hopefully we get our core surge. Yes, core surge is good here because it means he can't make us vulnerable, because we got this artifact. Do we kill him next turn? I have 6 damage from here, 6 damage again, we'll put him at 30. I think I'd rather not auto shields. Just start hitting him. Oh, he's weak attacking me again. If I had dual casted last turn, it means I could have dual casted here, but I would have taken 2 more damage because he's enraged. Yeah, that was the correct choice. Another not super great relic. Just like the boot. I'm gonna try and hover these relics so that you guys can read what they do. Pause if you have to. Ooh, this is really good. Seeing this early on is excellent. I won't have to rest. Now, I have 188 gold. I could visit this shop, but I kind of want to earn some Maw Bank value. So I'm thinking that we actually skip this shop, because we're doing pretty okay right now. We don't have a ton of really good relics, but we have a bang-in deck. We've got very few strikes and defense, and we have very substantial attack and defense in order to power through whatever we find. So I'm okay going here. Dreamcatcher, very nice. Dreamcatcher means you get a card reward whenever you rest. That's good, even if you don't end up picking any of it, because simply seeing commons, as you remember from the first Overexplain, means that you're more likely to see rare cards. As a rule of thumb, the amount of health that you want to aim to save from using a potion is 12. So, there we go, 12 health saved. Not to mention, my potion chance here should be... Hold on, let me calculate. I found 3 potions so far. 40 goes down to 30. 30 goes down to 20. 20 goes down to 10. 10 goes up to 20. 20 goes up to 30. We have a 30% chance to see a potion here. Not super high, but I'm okay. Just throwing that. Besides, we want to save health for this double elite here. Can I kill this turn? Oh yeah, I sure can. Very nice. Didn't see a potion, so my chance is now 40%. This is a good block card for the Guardian. Do I want it, though? Certainly thickens the deck. I mean, I won't complain about it. Oh, you know what? We forgot to play the self-repair. Oh, man. Yeah, I probably could have waited that fight out with a double defend. That was my bad. Alright, well, we learned. If you can help playing the self-repair before the combat ends without taking damage that would make it not worth it, that's a good thing, venture that you want to try and go for. These guys have regen, because this is a Burning Elite fight. If you don't see these in your runs, it's an Easter egg. I won't conduct the Easter egg because I don't want to spoil the game for you guys. This is a really fun Easter egg, though. This Elite is harder because it's on fire, and the way they make it harder is that each of these sentries has regen, which is really bad, because lightning deals damage to a random enemy. So I want to try and really focus one of them and try to avoid doing random targeting, such as from dual cast, whenever possible. See, that 3 damage was basically for nothing, because now this guy gets it all back. I don't think I want to drink the Cultist Potion here, because I got enough stuff to get through here. Don't play the self-repair. I can play the strike. Now, preventing chip damage is really important, but if I had defended there, then that means these guys die slower, which means I'm going to take a whole lot more if I am not careful. So, the long story short is sometimes you want to be more aggro, and that will actually reduce the amount of damage taken. These guys will crush you if you take too long to defeat them. So, in general, you want to try and be more aggressive for the start of the fight, and then I think you want to play defensive for the rest of it. I think I want to put the Sweeping Beam on top. It's just too good. There we go. And then Goodbye Ball Lightning will miss you, but preventing that 9 is really good. Because we got one of them down, I can switch to a little more defensive. Preventing 9 damage is pretty good. Preventing that 5 is pretty good. Nice. The orbs cooperated that time. Auto shields? Very nice. My favorite. Not my favorite. I think we'll rip this dual cast just to see if we can burst this guy down. Okay. Seems worth it. Sweeping Beam. And then we don't need to block this turn, so we're going to play the self-repair now. Can I kill this turn? 9 plus 7 plus 6 is 22. 22 plus 3 plus 3 from the channeled lightning is definitely lethal. Very good. And we played the self-repair. Skim is a very good card. And it lets me look for block or attack when I need to. It can also be rebounded, so I like Skim. We're kind of low on HP. The game plan is to take this guy, because I really want to get relics, and this guy. And that might be a venture that costs me a lot of HP. This potion is not very reactive. You use it at the start of a combat, so you use it to take initiative and get extra aggro. This guy's going to be either Nob or Laga. If this is Laga, I'm thinking that if I rest, I'll be okay to defeat it without a Cultist Potion. Plus, it's just nice to see an extra Dreamcatcher, so I think I'll rest here to be safe. Ooh, another Ball Lightning. I love that. This is not very good because I like orbs. This is not very good because our deck is small. Stack doesn't usually see value until you get like 30 cards in your deck anyway, so. Yeah, we don't need to use a potion here. Boom, boom, boom. If we don't play self-repair, I think this aggro is worth it because you really don't want to get hit twice by this guy. Strike, strike, 9 more damage is 40. If I evoke one, I'll take away one of the 3 passives, but I'll deal 16 instead. So instead of plus 9 damage, it's plus 9 plus 13. So 22. I'll take 8 extra damage here. And then do I have 27 damage next turn? I have 6 from the remaining passives and 21 from this. It's okay, likely. If I don't dual cast and I leap instead, then I will need to deal 9 this turn, 9 next turns for 31. And the likelihood that I deal 31 is impossible. I could drink a Thorns Potion, but this is good in Act 2 against birds. And it's also okay against the Guardian. I think I will actually dual cast here. Just to guarantee that I get a kill next turn. Yeah. Look at that. So I took a little extra damage on that turn, 2 damage, in order to prevent myself from taking 24 or 21 the following turn. That's one example of how aggro can sometimes overtake the benefits of being defensive and preventing chip damage. Not playing dual cast there meant I took 2 extra damage next turn, but it prevented me from taking 21 damage the following turn. To be able to distinguish those situations from another is something that comes with hours under your belt, which is a bit of advice that I gave during the first run. Another skim is good. How do I feel about Cold Snap? It's not my favorite thing ever. I can just take another skim. That way it helps me set up for infinites, which is one thing that Defects likes to do as one of its win conditions. With a thin deck, 2 skims, yeah, that's banging. Ooh, this makes me nervous. We could just get some Art of War here by not playing anything. Yeah, I will auto shields Zap and get Art of War next turn. Very nice. Core Surge, Ball Lightning, Skim. And then we're gonna strike you, I think. Core Surge preventing the vulnerable from this guy's Spore Cloud over here is pretty nice. And then this guy's all but dead next turn. Yeah. Goodbye. Oh my Self-Repair. No, my baby. I would have taken the damage anyway. I think I could have held out. If I just played the leap, then I would have gotten 7 extra health here. Yeah. Man, Ali is dropping the ball when it comes to playing self-repair. If you think about it, I missed 2 self-repairs that I could have easily gotten, which means that plus 14 health, that's pretty much a rest. So I could have upgraded a card over here, something like Zap. Upgrading Zap is really good when you have 2 skims, because you can play it for free. See that? Yeah. It's a little bit minus, but, you know. I think one of the really cool things about me specifically teaching Slay the Spire is that I am definitely not infallible. And being able to make mistakes is kind of just a way of showing my viewers that I'm not God, which is really cool. If I were perfect, then I'd be making a lot more money. Cool-Headed is okay. It generates a Frost Orb and draws a card, but I don't really have any mana generation, so it's not my favorite. If I had a Glacier, I think I would take that, but Cool-Headed I think I'm going to skip. With Singing Bowl, means that I'm able to raise my max HP by 2, which is pretty sweet. Here we got more than enough health to beat this guy, so let's upgrade that Zap, I'm thinking. Self-Repair upgrade's also okay. I think Zap's more important right now, because of that double skim synergy. Alright. Guardian, you kind of want to burst him down at the start, so I'm thinking that I could play this dual cast. I think I can split him next turn. Should be okay. Yeah, we're more than okay. I guess we'll play the Core Surge now. I want to try and keep my deck as mostly block cards so that I can prevent chip damage for this turn. let's draw our block cards here. This is a really interesting turn. I'm going to skim and make sure Strike, Ball Lightning, Rebound are excluded from the reshuffled draw pile, because I would like my next draw to be block cards. See that? Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I can't play Auto Shields again, because it's only if you have no block. If I draw 3 here, I might get some of this. Yeah, I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. Let's keep it simple. Very nice. We take 2, but that's okay. You don't want to play strikes against this guy. Because you don't want to take that chip damage, again. And going aggro against the Guardian, you can't, because he's got 240 max HP. You want to go aggro whenever you see this mode shift number at the bottom, because you don't want him to destroy you with a big hit of, I think it's 27 at this Ascension? So you want to go aggro when he's in attack mode, but not when he's in defensive mode. If he's in defensive mode, then you'll take a lot of chip damage. Now, you might be wondering, well, you're going to heal after this anyway, so why not just edge yourself down to a tiny amount of health and just heal all the way back up to full after you beat the Guardian? Well, it's good practice to avoid chip damage in these boss fights, because starting at Ascension level 5, you will only heal for 80% of your missing HP instead of all of it. So preventing that chip damage does add up even here, because you won't heal all of it back. Okay, let's get to number crunching again. If I Ball Lightning, it's going to deal 7 plus 8 for the evoked lightning that overflows here is 15. He's going to be down to 25 health. 25 minus a dual cast of 16 is going to be 9. And then 9 minus Sweeping Beam is going to do it. There we go. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about him hitting us for 5x4, which I definitely cannot block. I'm going to avoid skimming because I don't want to overdraw this leap or this auto shields. Very nice. This is why skim's a good card. I didn't get any block this turn, but I can reroll that. There we go. That's what I needed. Not going to play an attack because of the chip damage I'll receive from this sharp hide. I would take 3 damage instead of perfect blocking. And he's in defensive mode, so I don't want to go aggro. Auto Shields is great here. Play it first. Play this. Now this is really interesting. I'm going to play this Ball Lightning here. My Art of War triggered from last turn, so I had 4 energy to play the Auto Shields defend, so I have 2 energy left instead of 1. I'm going to play this Ball Lightning, deal an extra 15, and then I defend. Obviously you don't want to attack him when he's in defensive mode, unless you can block for enough to get away with it. That's kind of scary. Don't think I can deal 50 this turn, right? I would need to have dual cast in my hand, which I don't. So I think I'm going to try and skim for a zap. I don't know. I could just rebound the Ball Lightning for next turn and leap here, so I'd only take 11. Because I have no other defensive cards in here. I drew all of them on this turn. Yeah, it's kind of crummy, just the way it plays out. There we go. Dual cast first to get him down to 1. When he goes into mode shift, he gains 20 blocks. So right now I'm trying to deal as much damage as possible without giving him that 20 block and putting that in there. So I'm going to now Ball Lightning. It's going to deal 7 and evoke a Lightning Orb, and then it's going to split him into defensive mode. There we go. And now I only have 9 going into the block, which is really great. Or that's 6 as well, but whatever. This. We'll play the dual cast now. Let's see if we can kill him for 25 before he hits us next turn. Ah, I'm guaranteed to draw auto shields if I skim. And I have more than enough energy to play all this stuff. Yeah, baby. Check that out. Very nice. We'll decide on this power potion which one we're going to discard after this. Machine learning, buffer, or rainbow. Buffer is pretty good against a lot of the bosses in Act 2. It's also not half bad against slavers and occasionally Book of Stabbing. I really like it against Bronze Automaton, and we don't block for much more than 15 on average, at most. Not on average, at most. So I'm thinking that buffer's pretty good, because right now we're not good at blocking more than 15 damage, and Bronze Automaton likes to hit you for a lot. Champ likes to hit you for about 15 every turn until he splits, and buffer helps me block for it when he splits. Now the Collector. The Collector is who I'm worried about, because she hits you often and decently hard. So I'm thinking in Act 2 I'm going to be looking for mostly cards, which is good because I have a Dreamcatcher. Let's take this buffer. Buffer, when upgraded, prevents the next 2 times you lose HP, which is pretty swell. And then we're going to lose this Essence of Steel. It doesn't block well enough for what I'm needing. Does this deck need energy? Oh, this deck loves energy, actually. It's got 2 skims. Yeah, I can play 3 cards on usually instead of 2. That's a big increase. So this deck likes energy. This gives me energy. This gives me energy, but I can't rest, and therefore I can't get value from Dreamcatcher. This doesn't give me energy, so as much as I want to go Elite Schlappen, I don't think that I want this Black Star. I think I'm okay doing mostly normal fights and just like looking for cards. Going to a shop would be pretty nice. I think I'm going to take this Nuclear Battery, because I still want to get some value from the Dreamcatcher, and fighting this many normal enemies is probably going to wear me down enough to where I will want to rest. What are my upgrades if I had wanted to upgrade anything? Buffer is a good upgrade. Skim is a good upgrade. Auto Shield's an okay upgrade. Mostly this buffer, though. So we're fighting a champion, which means I think champion is the one I want to fight the most, because he hits you weak until he's half health, and then he hits you a lot. But while he's above half health, that gives me time to just block for enough and set myself up, play my buffer, play whatever else I find. If I find a Biased Cognition, that's really good with Core Surge. So I think I want to go to some shops, remove some cards, look at normal fights. Removing cards I'll take, but my deck's already pretty thin. I've removed half my starting cards. Well, about half of my starting cards. So I'm pretty okay if I don't get a ton of removes this act. Let's start here. As you might remember from the previous Overexplain, you want to kill the Mugger first because he blocks for more and because he leaves earlier, and we want that money. I'm playing the Core Surge first, even though I could get it in the reshuffle, because this fight will never last more than like 4 or 5 turns. I'm not playing the Self-Repair because I want to be aggro on this guy. Ooh, here's a cool tech. Zap, Ball Lightning. And now the next thing I dual cast is going to be the Plasma, which means I get to skim. Yeah, look at that. Let's rebound. I guess the auto shields. %25% chance this guy dies, right? Oh, it's CC top. How could you? How could you? I wanted that for next turn, bud. Did I get Zap this turn? I could have rebounded the Zap and then gotten insane value from that. No, bummer. I forget sometimes. Ah, they're both running. That's not my favorite. Skim first. It's ball lightning. Hopefully it lands on looter. Nah. We're done anyway. I could have gone for self-repair, which is kind of crummy. Oh well. Tempest Plus is pretty good when you have a lot of energy. I don't know if I need it. FTL is really good against weak enemies, like against Gremlin Leader. I can also rebound it sometimes. It's also good with Skim. I'll take an FTL. This is pretty good, though. No, I need to have energy to block. That's the other thing. To block and to draw. I don't have the resources to take this Tempest or to make it worthwhile. Ooh. We came into this act looking for cards, and I would like to look for cards. 25 health is really appealing, but I've got this, and I've got a self-repair that I never play because I'm bad at the game. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to take this. I like Defrag. That's a good card to upgrade. Genetic Algorithm. I think it's okay to get a Genetic Algorithm. That's a good way to block. I don't think Force Field finds value in my deck. Yeah, I've only got... Oh, 2 powers. We could look for more, but I don't know if this is the thing that I want to rely on for block. Defrag is pretty good because it can be aggro or block, depending on if I find Frost Orbs or not. It's also a power, which means if I do find a Force Field later, it gets value from this. Defrag's just pretty good here. Here's the story, if you want to read it. An avocado. Defrag. Ball Lightning Leap? Ooh, no, I figured it out. Defrag, Ball Lightning, Dual Cast, Leap, Strike, Strike. I like those 2 strikes because it removes the... Oh, thank you. Because it removes the plated armor. Give me a zap. Oh wait, you can't give me a zap. Yeah, that's alright. I'm gonna buffer here, because I don't want to take 10. Do I think I can kill it? No. Not next turn. Next turn is okay to block, though. I think I'll play this Core Surge, actually. Because I want my deck to be thin enough that I can reshuffle, more likely to reshuffle into self-repair. Goodbye, self-repair. I'll see you again. You are not forgotten. There you are. Can I prevent 1 chip damage this fight? The Avocado's pretty aggressive, and I'm not getting any block next turn, except for this, which is probably not going to be enough. I think I'll play the self-repair now and kill next turn. Just take 1 chip damage. Yeah. I mean, I'm only taking 10 here, but the problem is that the Avocado can sometimes hit you for 18 this turn, and that would have absolutely not been worth it. So, I think I stand by my decision. Now the question is, can I deal 34 this turn? I have 12, plus 7, plus evoke 1 lightning for 8 is 15, plus 12 is 27. 27... Oh wait, it evokes for 9, so it's actually 28. 28 plus 9 is 35, that's enough. I don't even have to strike here, but I will, for disrespect. Hey, look what we found. And we drafted another power in the form of Defrag, so this is actually a 1 energy gain 16 block, which is pretty good. Now the problem is we did also see a Heat Sinks. I don't know, Heatsinks doesn't really see value here. Like, I have enough card draw and not enough energy generation, so if anything, I would want like a turbo. Probably not an aggregate, maybe a double energy. So I'm going to take this force field. The Council of Ghosts. I think I block enough for to ignore Council of Ghosts. And we also heal a ton. Here's the thing though, is that we increase our max HP quite often, so maybe Council of Ghosts is alright. Apparitions are very good cards. But losing 39 max HP just like that is kind of a lot to deal with. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Yeah, I think I will refuse. I have enough block. We're healthy enough to look for cards. Let's look for cards. Okay. Good turn. Not so good of a turn. Thank you, Boot. Let's prevent 7 damage here. Then we're gonna want to cycle around to that self-repair. Ooh, this is pretty good for skim. You see all these strikes and defends, which, remember, are bad cards. I don't want them in my reshuffle, so I'm gonna skim them so that they don't get into the reshuffle. I'm also gonna ball lightning so I have energy from this plasma. Yeah. Let's rebound this FTL on top. Playing FTL right now is really good because he has 5 block, which means after I attack he's not going to get 6 block here. So I get to squeak some extra damage in, like so. Once again, I get to squeak extra damage in. Now you might be wondering how I calculated that, and you might think it's because of the hours. I actually just got really lucky. I didn't plan for it to do that. Let's try and get our self-repair. No, Boot! What are you doing, man? He was fine. I wanted my self-repair. Oh, man, that sucks. The Boot sabotaged me. This is a good way to generate Frost, especially in Act 2, because Act 2 has a high density of multi-enemy fights, like you might remember from the first Overexplain. Charge Battery Plus is a lot of block, though. This is literally just better leap right now. It's a lot. I kind of want to lean more into Force Field right now. And also, I don't have any ways to generate Frost. So I kind of like this better. Here's an interesting bit of trivia. Every now and again, you will see an enemy on here, on one of the card arts. Usually, if there is an enemy in the card art, it will depict a counter to an enemy. So for instance, with Chill, you will see the 3 birds, which is a normal fight that you can see here in Act 2. Chill is a counter to 3 birds because there's 3 of them, and that means you'll channel 3 Frost. So it's pretty good to play Chill in a 3 birds fight. Not so good to play Chill in a fight with just 1 enemy. Maybe we will see more card arts that have enemies featured in them, but by and large they will depict the enemy that they are there to hard counter. Let's go to this campfire. And we can rest. No, we need to upgrade defrag or buffer. Those are both very important. I think if this is whatever elite this is, we're going to want to drink this regen potion anyway, so we'll have enough healing to get through it. Let's upgrade defrag. That way my Frost becomes insane. Hey, this is the one I wanted to see. Unfortunately, we didn't get any attacks on the turn that they're attacking for, so... FTL here is good, because Sweeping Beam will kill that guy. Very nice. Okay, if we get very lucky, then the sneaky gremlin dies. There's a 25% chance. But I don't want to bank entirely on that chance and just play the self-repair, so I'm gonna auto-shields just in case. Yeah, bummer. One gremlin alive means she's 50% likely to attack, and she doesn't. That's lucky. Let's rebound our ball lightning to the top. And we're not going to play this chill. We're going to wait. Just after summoning, she has a 50% chance to attack all the time. And it looks like she didn't. I'm going to Core Surge over here. Yeah, there's a chance that the Mad Gremlin doesn't die, but that chance is very low. 1 in 9. Oh no! My unceasing time. What? It didn't die? That turn was a lot. That was really funny. I banked on a 1 in 9 to squeak some extra damage and it didn't play out. It's hilarious. Alright, you're dying. I wanted to play that because I want to get a little closer to my chill for next turn, because she's summoning. Okay, 50% likelihood to attack, and she does end up attacking. That's alright, though. Let's chill. These are going to deal 10 each. The sneaky gremlin will likely die, and if the fat gremlin doesn't die, we can just rebound it. I want to save this dual cast for a chill orb, because that will give me a lot of luck. Very nice. Gonna rebound. No, we're not gonna rebound yet. We're gonna dual cast first. 14 plus 4 plus 4 is 22. So if I do play this buffer, I will only prevent 2 damage, because the second attack's gonna go to 24. So it's more worth it to not do that. I forgot to drink my regen potion. Better now than never. Because if I get a potion from here, which I'm decently likely to, then that's bad. Let's try and hold out, just in case I can get a little more mileage off of this regen potion. I'll probably be able to deal 10 damage next turn. If she attacks, which she does, so. Did I play my self-repair? Oh, I didn't play my buffer. I was wondering why my force field costed 2. Yeah, I should have drank that regen pot earlier. Bummer. Oh well. Ornamental Fan, not super good for me because I'm not really playing a ton of attacks. I did see, is that what I think it is? Oh my god, and it's upgraded. This is the start of an infinite, which I'm very excited to see. I'm very excited to see that. I just need energy generation, and we've got our infinite online. And it's upgraded. If Recycle's not upgraded, it's going to cost 1. The reason why this is so helpful is because I draw a lot of cards. Meaning I can redraw Recycle often, and I can reduce my deck size very, very quickly and get rid of all this junk. So that fundamentally I am brought back down to Skim, Recycle, etc. And if my deck consists of... Oh, this is really interesting. If my deck consists of exclusively 0 energy cards, I can make an Unceasing top infinite. Just imagine that. Zap, empty hand, draw the Recycle, play it, it exhausts nothing because my hand's empty. Play the FTL. Zap, Recycle, FTL, Zap, Recycle, FTL. That's really funny. Means we can't beat Time Eater, but we'll probably have another win condition set up by that point, so. This is the fight we were saving the Liquid Bronze for. Let's see if we can get some block for this turn. Maybe? Hey, there it is. Let's recycle this strike, because it sucks. play this chill. Let's play the zap so I can get this out of the way. Buffer is really good on this turn because I full block. And then we're gonna drink the liquid bronze because we're not gonna get value from it anywhere else. See you later, nerd. I mean bird. This is a good turn to get Core Surge. Getting hexed by the Chosen, which is what this strategic debuff is really bad. Whenever you play a non-attack card, you will get a Daze shuffled into your draw pile. But because I negate the next debuff, that's not going to happen. Pro tip, this always happens on turn 2 at this level Ascension. At higher Ascensions, it est Ascensions 17 and higher, she will do it on turn 1 instead. I think we just strike here. See? Negated. And now I can play non-attack cards. Not get debuffed. I didn't have to play that auto shields, but I didn't punish me anyway. Do I need anything else to be played? I played my self-repair. Yeah, we're all done here. Regen potion is back, so now I can play it optimally and impress you guys. Compile driver is alright. I have 2 different orb types right now. Better than the rest of these. Steam Barrier is a 0 energy card that blocks, but eventually it will go down to 0, so I don't think I want it. I might take this Compile driver. I already have a decent amount of draw, but more is always good. Especially because I have this recycle. It allows me to expedite the removal process. Holy crapalonies. We're gonna have so much money for this shop. Gonna buy the whole guy out. Yeah, I really like what I see. Let's start removing, though. We want to remove more strikes than anything else. More strikes than defense, because we have Art of War. Most of our damage is going to be coming from orbs. Defrag, double ball lightning, zap plus, things like that. So removing strikes here is pretty good. I won't complain about Elise Waffle, but I think we could get better things. This capacitor is really good. Sunder is... I mean, it's on sale, it's a lot of damage, it's a big slap, but we just got through Gremlin Gang, and Sunder's really good against Gremlin Gang. I don't really think it's going to be valuable anywhere else. It's also not really what the deck's trying to achieve. The only reason I can see this as useful is because we can recycle it for 3 energy sometimes, but that's just too much to go off of. I think I will settle for taking a Panties, which is a lot of healing. And the rest of this we could probably skip. Yeah, we don't need potions. We'll save it for the next shop. Maybe we'll see something insane at the next shop. We are not going to see those relics for the rest of the run, so let's remember that. Oh, also Capacitor is my 4th power, so we can finally get Force Field down to 0 energy, which is pretty cool. Capacitor, we want to play this Core Surge, because, remember, the Chosen is going to be debuffing us next turn, and then we want to prevent chip damage. Goodbye, Ball Lightning. We'll miss you. There she is, debuffing this turn. Let's rip this. Oh, I just remembered. We have 3 orb types because of the nuclear battery, so Compile Driver draws us even more cards. Cycle this because we don't need it. And then we play Rebound last because we just want to get through this. Very nice. Hex negated. Let's see where this lands. Over there. Okay, let's not roll the low roll of 1 and 9 once again and leave the cultist alive. Oh, never mind, we don't have to worry about it. Unceasing Top is the MVP right now. Give me a recycle. Damn it. Skim first. Ooh, look at this. Buffer. Reduce the cost of force field. Force field. Yeah, that force field costing 0 in time for the champ fight is going to be huge for us. I played my self-repair. Okay, I had a flashback. Entropic Brew. That means we're going to probably want to drink this regen potion sooner rather than later. We have found an aggregate. Aggregate is okay. I think this is enough energy generation to get us down to 0. We also want to go for the eyes. Go for the eyes is cool because it lumps itself into the unceasing top infinite, which is the one where I recycle anything that has an energy cost, and I just play 0 energy cards until they're dead. The thing is, though, is that I can still win with just Zap. So even though this has synergy, remember from the first Overexplain, even though this has synergy with this, it's not mandatory to get the thing done. So if I'm thinking about drafting Go for the Eyes here, I'm thinking, does this have value as I'm setting up my infinite? Because it is not necessary to make the infinite work. This is all I need to make the infinite work. And keeping that small, keeping it thin deck, is more valuable here. I don't think Go for the Eyes has much value here. It does help because Weakened is good against multi-attacks, such as from Book of Stabbing. Oh, we're not going to fight Book of Stabbing. We're going this way. Yeah. I think if this were upgraded, I'd consider taking it, but it's not upgraded, so I'd definitely not. An avocado. Let's rip this first. Oh, drink this before we forget. Ah, this is cool. I'm gonna get my ornamental fan from this, so kind of want to play this. Yeah, I'll only take 3. Nice. Gonna get the auto shields this turn. Pretty swell. Nice, and the regen potion's gonna make up for the rest. Thank you, Boot. Let's look for a chill. Oh, okay. Or an ornamental fan proc. Nice. And whatever regen potion doesn't cover, if we take a little chip damage here, that's okay because we have the self-repair. I wanted to dual cast there first because the plated armor gets reduced by receiving unblocked attack damage. Orbs are not attack damage, it's orb damage. Attack is from an attack card. So playing FTL first was not correct there because he was blocking. I want to break all the block and then start dealing attack damage, because that will reduce the plated armor. Cool. Yeah, this guy's cooked. We don't even have to play the self-repair because we just have full health. That's really funny. I'm gonna do it anyway, though. Now I think I will accept Cool-Headed, because it accelerates me towards recycling my whole deck. Darkness was a win condition against Time Eater in certain universes, but I think I don't have enough orb slots or focus to make that work. I will show you how that works another time if I... Alternatively, we could get the win conditions to make it work. Ooh, this is interesting. Oh, what a shop. This is great. Medkit is a pretty good relic. It's my personal favorite. It just really... It's that relic that scratches the itch for me. This defrag is really good. And another cool-headed would be good too. If I do that, I gain a ton of passive block, which means even on turns that I don't draw Force Field or Leap, that's really good. Frost only blocks you for 2, but give it focus and it starts to scale very rapidly. And I already have a capacitor, so this is just really, really good. Fission's on sale, and it accelerates me towards recycling my whole deck. It accelerates me towards getting my powers active. This is just really good. Removing a strike is really good. Gives me Art of War value, and once again, removes a bad card, so accelerates me towards getting towards the infinite. This can be helpful, and I have the money. I guess I'll get it. I think that's all we'll get. We don't need a potion right now. We're sitting really nice right now. Juicer Bracelet's actually bad for us, because we want to look for card rewards. This is also really interesting. Right now, we see 2 cards that have enemies in them. Barrage has the avocado in it, and Barrage is really good because it's a multi-attack, deals damage for each orb. And multi-attacks are really good at breaking plated armor, which is what the avocado has. Remember when I FTL'd the avocado last combat? If you multi-attack it, it breaks a plated armor for every attack that you deal, so this is a counter for avocado. This is a very melty ice cream looking Spheric Guardian. And this is a counter for Spheric Guardian because it starts with 40 block. So this is a counter for him. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Compile driver. I don't think I need to rebound Compile driver. I'd rather just deal a ton of damage to them. That's insane. Let's rebound the Sweeping Beam because we'll have more than enough energy for it. After I chill here. Actually, let's Ball Lightning chill. Oh, it could be dual cast chill. Yeah. That's it. That's the play. I'm kind of down to just get Capacitor active. Plus it gives me Art of War proc for next turn. See? 4 energy. I'm taking 5 damage this turn. Well, 3 damage. Sorry. I guess I could play this buffer. Oh no! Mabi. Now, I could play this Fission and get 5 energy, but this is, you know, that's too much. I don't want to get rid of all that. Plus, I can perfect block just by playing this. So, I'm going to leave my orbs, let them do their thing. Play the self-repair, even though I have full health, just in case I can't finish this combat with full health. I don't think we need any of that. We have enough energy with Recycle and Fission. Right now we're looking for like ways to get recycle back, so we're looking for like hologram, dare I say an all for one, maybe another recycle would be good. Something that draws cards. Upgrades for cool-headed, upgrades for skim are really good. But this stuff doesn't really help. Claw does work with this, and it makes me kill a lot faster. You know, Claw is an F-tier card. However, considering that it scales with itself and that I might be able to go infinite against a Time Eater, I'm wondering if it scales with itself fast enough to actually kill a Time Eater. I'm thinking the answer is no. Like, the way we kill Time Eater is you block each turn that you reset him by cool-heading your cool heads, so... and getting your force fields to reactivate. Yeah. We don't. I mean... shit, maybe a claw is what we need to defeat the Time Eater. Oh, Eric is not gonna stop making fun of me for this. I don't want to talk about it. I do not. I don't want to talk about it. Let's just move on from all that. Oh my gosh. Like, how likely is it that I remove everything in a 28 card deck? How, like, yeah, I don't know. So, against the champion, you want to be kind of chill with him and block passively, and then split him when you're ready to. So, there are lots of different ways I could approach this fight. I'm going to take it a very particular direction, where I specifically don't deal a ton of damage to him, and instead I'm going to attempt to, like, kind of just take it easy. So I exhausted my ball lightning there. Whoops, wrong pile. I exhausted my ball lightning, because I don't want to deal damage to him. I want to set myself up for my infinite. Exhausts, get rid of that. I want to keep this plasma orb, so I'm not going to play this cool-headed. I could have played a strike, I guess. Actually, no, we'll say it was intentional, so I get Art of War here. Yes, force field for free. Yeah, good turn. Still don't want to fission, but I will draw a card. I could have ball lightninged for an extra card draw, but I don't think I needed to. Yeah. Oh, I could have rebounded my recycle. Rip. Yeah, I should have done that. Recycle? Yes. Now, I don't know what's in here, but I definitely don't need any of it this turn because I'm passively blocking for 24 each turn. That's a lot. And then I'm able to block more than 24 occasionally with force field, auto shields, leap, things like that, defend. That's why I'm exhausting the strikes and the aggressive cards first. So that way I can take my time in setting up my infinite. We don't really want to play cool-headed right now, because I like that plasma orb. The worst card here is probably defend. I think it's time we get rid of the plasma. We're not playing hardly any attacks anymore. We don't need to play fission yet. I want to play fission on a turn where I can regenerate all my frost orbs very, very quickly. Draw a little extra. I'm okay with dealing a teensy bit of damage to him because he's nowhere close to the 210 splitting threshold. Well, technically 209, but... Recycle. Damn. No, I think we're okay to fission. Rebound that skim. Cool-headed. We don't really need this anymore. Ooh, this is a really good skim because I've only got a 5-card deck now. There we go. Play this zap, I guess. Scale, and then we want to stop dealing damage to him now, because he is getting a little close to that threshold now. We no longer want to have Zap in our deck because we've exhausted Compile Driver, right? Yeah, we've exhausted it. Okay. I always block enough because I have Force Field, which costs 0. We're splitting him. So this FTL doesn't help me. Oops. I think we're infinite. Once I exhaust the skim, we're infinite. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 3 cards in our deck. Pure killing machine. Look at this. That's so funny. I think the takeaway from building a deck like this is that... hey Ali, put a timestamp on the screen right here for the moment in the run where I realized I could make an Unceasing top infinite. Just because of the amount of hours that I have under my belt, I was able to recognize that and be like, ah, there's my win condition, right? This is a very atypical win condition, because it specifically relies on you getting Unceasing top. It's a very fun win condition, but you shouldn't plan around it. You shouldn't plan to find an Unceasing top and a Recycle and a Claw, you know, or a Zap, or anything that would help you to accomplish a win condition, such as this one. However, because I have done decks like this before, because I have 3,000 hours and I've tried just about everything that exists, these sorts of builds are familiar to me. So it comes down to playing enough games and getting pattern recognition and going, ah, my win condition is this because I see I have these prerequisites met. I see my win condition is focus because I have core surge, bias cog, double capacitor, runic capacitor, you know, blah blah blah. I'm fighting time eater, and I have a doom and gloom, so I can go 50 block a turn while I wait for my dark orb to build up, right? Recognizing patterns like that, or recognizing I have unceasing top, recycle, tons of card draw, I'm facing a champion. You see what I mean here. As you might have heard from Slay the Spire pros, you don't want to go into a run saying, my build is going to be this. I went into this run saying, I have good block, I have good attack, I have good sustain, and very good card draw. This could go anywhere. Got my buffer from the first act fight. I get to here. At this point, during the timestamp that I mentioned, I got a recycle. And recycle, plus this, plus 0 energy cards that block, plus 0 energy cards that attack, are able to defeat pretty much anything. I can't think of an enemy that would be able to beat me unless they deal a ton of damage on turn 1 and 2, which I think I'll be able to accelerate towards my infinite quickly enough that that won't be a problem. And I just knew that, because I have hours. So put some hours under your belt, watch people make fun, interesting decks like this, and be inspired by them. But don't feel compelled to build them every single time. Our choice was Biased Cog, Electrodynamics, and Machine Learning. We took Biased Cog because this debuff, where you lose 1 focus every turn, is negated by this. So I saw that I can get 10 block from every Frost Orb from boom, 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 and that's just appealing to me. That gives me lots of time to get set up. This is really good, because it means my reshuffles are small and I can look for recycle very often. Yeah, in my opinion, it's this no-brainer. I don't really need more energy. I don't really need more frost. I have enough of it, so for me it's just this. This helps me accelerate towards recycle significantly. If your hand's full all the time, then your reshuffle pile is going to be smaller, because there's not as many things in your discard. So this helps. We are fighting an Awakened one, who does hit us pretty hard, but you can't hit hard enough to beat Infinity. Id Est, I'm going to get Infinity block from this. So I think we're okay fighting an Awakened one with as many powers as we have. The concern I have is, again, can I accelerate towards my Infinite quickly enough to get it active on turn 2, 3, 4? So I'm looking for things that will help me get there. What helps me get there is card removes, maybe some relics that give me energy startup or extra card draw. So I'm looking for shops where I can get relics, I'm looking for elites where I can get relics, I'm looking for question marks where I can get removes. I don't really think I'm looking for cards anymore. We're good on cards. We all that we need to win with our deck is right in here. Maybe if we saw another recycle or a skim or a way to, you know, something like that, then we'd take that. This is a aggressive enemy to fight, so I want to be careful here and try to block when I can. Funny story, I can't block this turn. Let's see if I can find ways to block. There we go. Unfortunately, I can't get my Core Surge Biased Cog online this turn, but I think that's okay. I could get 4 block from the Ornamental Fan and just try and heal the rest with Self-Repair. Yeah, if I have 2 Darklings blocking, that means that they're both going to attack next turn, which is pretty heavy. And I want to be able to get some good focus from that, so I think I will do that game plan. You'll notice that I'm hitting the one that's blocking. And the reason for that is because I know it's going to attack next turn, and it's going to have... Do they get strength at this Ascension? I don't remember. Let's find out. They don't get strength at this Ascension. At Ascension 17, they'll gain strength after they block. So this enemy is a high priority target. the Darklings on the left and the right side will multi-attack, so they're more dangerous than the one in the middle. So the one in the middle usually goes down last. Let's see if we can... Yes, that's good. Sorry. Brain is empty right now. Let's try and dual cast this plasma. So before I play Capacitor, I'm going to evoke this orb by overflowing it with Cool-Headed. Then I will dual cast. Then we're going to Capacitor, Ball Lightning, Fission, and then we will play our Chill. Because I don't want to evoke those for no block, because they're hitting me pretty hard this turn. Should be enough. And now we're just cruising for the rest of the fight. Yeah, I don't really care what they're intending to do next turn, because we just won. We could go infinite here, but I think it's faster to just lightning the heck out of them. There we go. I played my self-repair, so we're all done. Potion of Capacity, that's pretty good. Hey, a hologram. This is one of the things that I mentioned that we were going to want to look for a long time ago. Let's take that. Hologram is good because it lets me put Recycle back into my hand. Lets me put Skim back into my hand. Lets me put a lot of cool things back into my hand. And when you upgrade it, it doesn't exhaust anymore. So that's a high priority upgrade. This is basically like me drafting a second recycle. Eesh, I think I'm gonna take damage here. I'd rather save my buffer for next turn, so let's play it like this. Oh! Thank you, Ornamental Fan. You're the best. If I'd played buffer, though, I wouldn't have gotten that Ornamental Fan proc, which is really interesting. Let's start with this. Let's do this, look for a dual cast. Didn't find it, that's okay. And then we're going to probably Fission here. Force Field for free. Thank you, Ornamental Fan. Get this Rebound out of my hand. And then I think he's just dead. So the really cool thing about this deck is you don't have to go infinite as the win condition. That's just the heavy lifting problem for the big health bosses. For most of the other enemies, our focus gets so big that we can dispatch them pretty effectively. Now, normally running multiple win conditions, like you might remember from the first Overexplain, is rather risky, because you won't be able to set yourself up effectively for both. Unless, such as in this case, when the two win conditions overlap with one another. So my first win condition is Focus, which is what I use to defeat the Darklings by zapping the heck out of them, or with the Orb Blocker by zapping the heck out of it. And that's okay, because when I build a ton of Focus for a heavy-duty fight like for the Awakened one, I will use that Focus to gain the block that I need in order to get this Force Field to cost 0 and to get my deck to be 3 cards. So these two win conditions will synergize with one another. They will have, they'll be able to work well with one another so that they don't get in each other's way. If you were building, here's an easy example. If I were building Focus with a, I don't know, reprogram deck, which reduces focus, those two will get in the way of each other. Because one increases focus, one demands that you reduce focus, and that doesn't work. Same reason why I wouldn't draft a Hyper Beam right now. A more nuanced example would be if I were building into focus versus if I were building into high energy. Well, those kind of work together. If I think of one, I'll tell you. Speed Potion isn't super great. I'll take another chill, though. That exhausts, and it helps me block in the meantime. Ooh. Ooh. I am liking what I'm seeing. Ah, there's so much stuff to buy and not enough money. I think we should card remove before anything else. It's rather expensive, though. I like this Turbo. It's cheap. The Seek is kind of expensive, and this Master of Strategy is kind of expensive, so I don't really want to take any of them. But holy crap, do they accelerate me towards victory. I think if I were to take anything, it would be Master of Strategy. Removing a card is just so helpful when you have a Runic Pyramid in a recycle deck, though. I could do both of these and skip the Turbo. Skipping Turbo makes me feel a little nervous, because having good energy in this deck is pretty good. The recycle was supposed to be enough, but I'm noticing now, just based on the amount of cards that I'm able to play each turn, that I would prefer more energy. Maybe I'll find a Turbo Plus. It's a common card, so I'm more likely to see it. Doom and Gloom is another win condition, but I don't have enough money to allocate to it right now, so I think I will take a Master of Strategy and remove a Strike. Seems alright. And then probably we're going to skip this shop. Whoa, my goodness, we can't skip a shop unless we go over here. Because both those shops are mandatory. I don't know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. It's low effort. A lot of new players will always want to fight here. This fight's really scary, because these guys hit you pretty hard, so only take it if you think you can handle it. My deck is cruising right now, so I kind of want to do it. Also, I'm greedy, just like the rest of you. Wow, this really sucks. Give me something that costs 0. No. Bummer. There's a chill. There's another chill. Let's do this first. Ah, medkit. Thank you very much. How likely am I to draw something that evokes one orb? 1, 2, 3, 4 chances out of 11. And a decent number of chances to get something else. I think it's a big game here. Nah, bummer. Taking 26, and I'm blocking for 20 currently. Oh. I'm blocking for 24, so I can defend here. Nice. Save the leap for a future turn. I always forget about Ornamental Fan. I guess that's another thing I could work on, is just remembering my relics. This turn I'm taking 0 damage, which is really sweet. I'm gonna hologram my recycle. And then we'll reshuffle. Not taking any damage this turn, so I can afford to do that. I'm not going to play these two, because if I play Leap Defend, I'm only blocking for 14, and this guy breaks my buffer charge anyway, so I'm just going to let buffer do its job. There we go. Didn't end up mattering because he's dead anyway, but whatever. There we go. Tungsten Rod, I'd love to see that. Compile Driver helps me draw more, but I don't think I really need it, because it only draws 2 cards. I don't think that's high value enough for me to want to draft another thing that I need to exhaust. I think I will just skip this. Streamline is 20 damage for 0 energy sometimes, but it just gets in the way. I've already got my claw set up. We like question marks, because we can remove stuff. Is 72 gold worth a Red Mask relic? Red Mask, at the start of each combat apply 1 week to all enemies. I don't think so. I think I'd rather save the money for a potion or a card remove up here. I think I'll skip it. Let's fight this elite though. Let's look for money. Compile Driver, what I wanted to see. Let's do this and this, so that we can evoke the plasma, and then we'll fission, because these orbs are not the best. There's Core Surge Biased Cog. Now we're just looking for our Frost. If you'll notice, my deck is 31 cards, right? I already have 20 of them in my hand, or passed, or exhausted. That's what I mean by accelerate towards victory. There we go. And we have a ton of block for next turn, if it does the big attack of 45. Which it didn't. That's okay. Let's focus. We can just auto shields here, I think. Actually, I would rather force field self-repair just to get cards out of my hand. There we go. Yeah, see, we'll have enough. Chill. Hologram, recycle, rebound first. There we go. Recycle the dual cast, we don't need it. So in one cycle, I've already made my deck from 31 cards to 3 plus 8 plus 7 is 18 cards, so I cut my deck in half within the first 3 turns on the first reshuffle. That's really, really good. And he's even adding cards to my deck, so, you know, what does that say? No thank you, no thank you. Oh, I could have played that FTL and drawn a card with if I hadn't played the burns first. Cool. Let's play this force field now so I can empty my hand. Ooh, rebound first. Get rid of this. Cool-headed, because I want to draw 1. I don't want to reshuffle the draw pile when recycle is in my hand. I want to reshuffle it when it's in my discard pile, so I have a bigger chance to redraw it. There we go. See, now I got it again. Rebound the recycle. Get it back. Get rid of you. This all becomes very methodical at a certain point. I got my infinite, but he's basically dead, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see if we can disrespect him. Oh, can't. Ooh, I'd like to see that. Helps me play lots of cards. That's basically my diet turbo for now. Good thing too, because I'm taking a ton of damage this turn. Yeah, bummer. Wow, they all rolled 14. That's crazy. On this first turn, they're equally likely to attack and buff, or just buff, but all of them are doing the big attack, which is a lot of damage coming my way, which is not my favorite. That's 19. Let's do this. Get rid of you. I think we want to be more aggressive this fight. Here we're going to Core Surge Biased Cog, because that's enough block, actually. Because I'll get 4 focus for this, and I'll get 1 proc of the Ornamental Fan. There we go. Hi, baby. Hi. I put the mic on the table so you can't sniff it and bother all the listeners. Yeah, you little troublemaker. Let's chill. While we have 3 enemies to chill with. Yeah, see right there, that guy died, because I knew that Lightning Orb was gonna evoke. And there was at least a chance this one was gonna go down. I think we're safe to fission here. We've got a lightning here. Now, when I fission, it's going to draw me 5 cards, so I want to try and reduce my hand size a little bit. Now, when I play the fission, I'll go from 6 cards down to 5, and I'll go up to 10 from drawing 5. And that will mean that I can chill afterward and be okay to block all of it. Here we go. Very nice. Play this. We'll play the Ball Lightning so we can get an extra draw from Compile Driver. Skim is gonna draw 3, and I have 9 cards, so I want to play 1 card here. And then Skim will bring me down to 7, plus 3 is 10. There we go. Rebound first. Don't need you. Don't need you. And this fight's over. An Ancient Potion. Ooh, this is an interesting predicament. I think Cool-Headed is worth it. More so than Hologram. Yeah, Cool-Headed just draws me stuff. I really like Ancient Potion, because on games where I get Biased Cog before Core Surge and I really need to play it, I can just drink a potion. Or on combats where I am vulnerable, I can use this so that I don't take a ton of damage right off the bat. I think Cultist Potion is good for those fights where they burst me down, so I think I'm going to hang on to it. Let's see what's in the Entropic Brew first. Something not very good. There we go. It's a little bit strange to think of drinking an Entropic Brew when you're full on potion slots, but this is something that you might have to do in runs. As you might remember from the first Overexplain, if you play optimally, you might need to do plays that don't satisfy your greed. That might make you cringe or go, oh, missed value. But that was the best play there. Because I want to keep this, because that gives me tons of frost against this guy, and I want to keep this, because this is a boss-killing potion. It might not be the most satisfying play, but it is the best play. It is definitely the best play. Do I need upgrades? If I upgrade Fission, it will permit me to play it when I have full frost, even if I'm taking a ton of damage, because it will evoke all the orbs instead. So I won't just destroy them. Upgrading this is good, because it doubles that energy without the cost. Upgrading Master Strategy is okay. Biased Cog is helpful. Capacitor is helpful. Cool-Headed's helpful. Skim is helpful. Or I could look for... Nah, I don't need to look for cards. Let's increase our card draw. This is also something that needed to happen a long time ago, but didn't. I think I would rather speed along and get everything recycled. Shuriken. I guess that helps my infinite go a little faster. If I defeat this elite, am I going to get enough gold to remove? Yeah, actually I will. Because my card remove currently costs 150. At this shop it costed 125. I memorized that, so this one's going to cost 150. And this elite will definitely give me at least 27 gold, so... I can remove a card here. I think I like that idea. A aggressive fight, so I want to be a little careful here. I think we just fission. Yeah, that was the right idea. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. I could have recycled this defend first. Yeah, I should have done that. So I get 12 energy instead of 11, but that's alright. Hologram, my skim seems better in this case. So I'm looking for stuff. Now we compile driver. Thank you, Shuriken. Let's dual cast this. Nice. There we go. These guys will shuffle wounds into your deck if they get an attack off, so it's nice to be able to kill them rather quickly. Not my favorite, but I think we'll deal with it. Because I wanted to be able to kill this guy. Core Surge, Biased Cog, Rebound? Seems pretty good. These daggers will kill themselves after they are on the board for 2 turns, but they'll slap you really, really hard. So it's really a lot better to just kill them when you have a chance, because I don't want to take 25. I'm taking 26 this turn, so it's not my favorite. Or 25, thanks to a Tungsten Rod. Auto Shields is enough to block, but I would rather play a Free Force Field and exhaust my Auto Shields. What? Oh, I reshuffled! I forgot. Recycle this, because I don't need it. Nice. Now, I didn't want to force field last turn to get an extra card draw, because I wanted my hand to be really, really full. Wait. No, I did. Never mind. Can you tell I'm running out of energy? This is actually a pretty common problem for a lot of pro Spire players, is that if you play enough, you will just experience this significant energy dip from playing too long. So if you want to increase your win rate, I would recommend taking a break after Act 2. Because doing the whole thing in one sitting is, you know, can be a very time-intensive endeavor. I played my self-repair, so I think I'm done. Very nice. Oh, that's stellar. This is one of the best relics in the game, if not the best. Lets you mulligan to find what you need. If you might remember, there were a few fights where I didn't have the best opening hand. Against Double Orb Walker, I didn't have the best hand. In this fight, I didn't have the best hand either. Fission saved me, fortunately. But this really helps to mitigate that chance of getting screwed over on turn 1. I think this helps me kill bosses more than this does. Amplify. Amplify does give me a ton of focus, but it's really hard to line it up with what I need to do. So I think I will actually skip Amplify. That's really odd. Yeah, I don't really think I need it. Let's just keep it simple. Having chill is good though. 3 chills is good. Especially one that is innate in a boss fight that starts with 3 enemies. That's pretty good. If I had seen Amplify earlier, I might have taken it and it would have shaped my deck a little bit differently. But I think I'm okay with this. Let's get the Fission upgrade. Well, no, we just want to draw more cards, right? I think it's Skim. Oh no!
This elite will definitely give me at least 27 gold.
Yeah, who was it that said I was gonna get 27 gold from the elite for absolute certain? Yeah, not me. It's okay, we saw something better anyway. This is just too good. Now I got focus and a ton of orb slots, and they stack multiplicatively with one another if you crunch the numbers, so... yeah. I don't like this event. Unless I have an Omamori spell tag. So I actually want to become cursed here, because I simply won't. Nice. See? No curses. Pretty sweet. Let's go this way. Typically at that question mark you want to remove 4 max HP unless you can get some value out of it, like from Omamori. This fight should be pretty easy. Chill is not good in this case. No, I took 1. Oh, I took 0. Thanks to Tungsten Rod. Let's grab the Skim back. I will overdraw a little bit from this Fission, but I'm okay with that. I just want to speed along. That is how you speed along. Is Recycle seriously the last card in my deck? That's so funny. I can't believe that. And now we play the Master of Strategy while we have all this junk in our hand. I don't need this. There we go. We're about to go infinite against the Transient. Which might sound fun at first because he's got a lot of health to slap around, but you will find after about the first 100 points of health that your energy will decrease very rapidly. So, just keep in mind. Oh no, wait, we didn't go infinite. I just realized. Yeah, we missed it by 1 turn. So that whole thing was just useless. Oh well. We definitely don't need a regen potion. Another hologram? I think that is too much. We don't need 2 holograms. We also don't need another chill. I think we're okay. You know, getting screwed over on turn 1 makes me really nervous, and Fission not being upgraded makes me think we're going to get screwed over. So, yeah, I really want to make sure that this innate chill that we have right here, I want to make sure that it generates block for us on turn 1, so upgrading Fission is really good here. I don't want to take a ton of damage on turn 1. I want the Core Surge. Okay. Let's chill. Defrag, defrag. We could chill again, but I'm not going to, because we simply don't have to. We can use that to generate block for next turn. Oh, we should drink our potions. That would be smart. There we go. That's why having capacitor is really good. I'm not going to play Skim this turn because I would like to empty my hand out a little bit and prep for next turn. Yeah, this fight should be a piece of cake. Double energy. Play you. Is there a recycle in here? It's not. Here we go. This allows me to play all of my cards. And then we just rip this fission for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 card draw. Let's play this leap. There we go. Get it all back. Play ourselves a zap. Yeah, this is pretty automatic at this point. Okay. So it's you. There we go. You're all set up. I passed a turn there because I just want to recycle this first. And now we are unkillable. Cool. You know what? Let's flex. Let's do that. We don't have to block if he's just dead, you know? The reason why Force Field is necessary in order to block is because sometimes people can stop your infinite. Like the time meter can reset you, etc. There we go. Just under 2 hours. I'm sure you're all tired of hearing my voice at this point. What would be my takeaways from this run? Let's go to the recap. I saw the Unceasing top and went, oh, okay. And then I saw the recycle, and we had a force field. And we had a, what was it? It was zap. And then we also had a claw that we could use to go infinite. But this is what I saw that turned my brain on and went, ah, yes, there's my win condition. So if you play enough games, you'll be able to start guessing what your win condition could be. But after a ton of games, you're going to be able to say, this will be my win condition, or this is the win condition I should start looking for based on my current circumstances. I told you it's not good to go into a run and decide, hey, I'm going to build this because it's fun or because I want to do it. You should base your decision on what win condition you're looking for based on what you currently have. I saw this, and I saw this, and I saw skim, I saw claw and zap, and most of all I saw this recycle. That made me think, I'm going to make a 0 energy Unceasing top infinite. Yeah, play some games, have some fun, try things out, and see what works. And if it works, stick with it. And if you really have no time on your hands and you really don't want to touch grass like me, try stupid stuff, like Unceasing top. Try stuff like building into sadistic nature, like we did on the first run. You might surprise yourself. Yeah. Thanks for joining me on this crazy little Overexplain adventure, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Let me know if there's any classes or any builds you want me to try going for. Yeah. Thanks for having so much fun with me. Bye.